That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm, and right now they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for... And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. DK Metcalf, 75 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Not a whole lot to recap on that drive. Just one play, 75 yards to the house.
Yeah, it's a long way to go. Remember, rarely is it a straight line 75 yards, too. Got to have a little extra in there. So whatever the final number is, a well-deserved seat on the bench, a little oxygen if he wants it as well.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line.
Here we go.
Garoppolo going to bring the Niners up here 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman. Takes this to the 27. Give him 4 yards.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Garoppolo on the screen. This is Coleman. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Now a pass dumped off to his running back. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he gets this one down to the 24. They give him a gain of 37.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. Jadeveon Clowney there on the stop. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Garoppolo going to hand this one to Coleman. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Scampering home from 19 yards out. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On first down, Wilson, flush to his right. And the catch is made here by Tyler Lockett. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there at 22. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10. Wilson buying time to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Nick Bosa able to take him down. It's a loss of 3. Another try after the first down sack. Wilson escaping the pressure right. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
In your face.
Got it.
Mark 54.
Wilson now to throw on third down. Being chased out left. And that was complete to Marshawn Lynch. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 32-yard line. Now Wilson on first down. Steps, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. So second and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Now it's Wilson. Flushed out right. He'll run it. The rushing numbers for Wilson may be down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. First down, the run with Lynch. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
Alert. A gain of a yard. Brings up second and 9.
On second and 9, Wilson dancing to his left. And on the left sideline, he caught it, but out of bounds, according to the head linesman. Incomplete, so the ball a little late getting there, and it's third down. The Seahawks on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third and 9. Wilson eluding the pressure right. And he's going to score. It's a Seahawk touchdown. Russell Wilson with his second touchdown here in this first half, as his guys are back within a single score. Myers connects on the PAT, and they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides in this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop.
Here we go.
A reminder coming up here at halftime, we'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first-half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Now a first-down run is sniffed out from the start as he'll drop him for a loss of 4. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play, and it'll bring up a second and 14.
Here we go. 180.
Check. Watch 54. Quit talking about it and bring it.
From midfield, here's Garoppolo. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. The 20. Touchdown, 49ers. Tevin Coleman. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Niners are able to stretch their lead. That's a pretty quick response to that last touchdown drive, and it seemed like they had maybe given up momentum. Not so fast.
No, not at all, because they ended up pushing the lead up once again, and you're exactly right. Thought momentum might have been shifting. Instead, they grabbed old Mo, didn't let him get to the opposite sideline.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. This complete to Lockett. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Tyler Lockett, 47 yards, as his guys are back within a single score.
I think everyone in the league talks about finishing, don't they? Doesn't matter whether it's a quarter, a half, a game, a series, whatever. But they're finishing the first half in fine style, putting that one in the end zone.
They did, and they didn't leave much time on the clock either. Well done. Fielded about a yard deep. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you've got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Bobby Wagner, the former second-rounder out of Utah State, with a sack. That last sack, it puts Garoppolo and the 49ers in a tough spot. They face a 3rd and long. Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Now they go screen. It's complete. 8 yards on the screen there. Not enough. And it'll be 4th down. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. It's the 49ers out in front, and they will get the football first as well as we are back and started in the second half. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the 3rd quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. To throw again on 2nd down. Garoppolo. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Here we go.
Well, that 2nd down completion, something of a disaster, and now they're left with 3rd and long. Play fake there to Coleman. Now Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Jadeveon Clowney showing the explosiveness on the sack.
To me, the defense was a little gassed near the end of the first half, but they come out of the locker room with a little extra spring in their step. Wonder what they did at halftime to get them so motivated.
I don't know, but that sack looked good. Now let's see if they can build on the momentum of that play. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Marshawn Lynch, 46 yards. As his guys can now take the lead with the extra point. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Niners take over.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here we go, here we
The
go.
49er offense set to get this drive underway. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
Gain of 21 yards. And the 49er first down.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Get that quarterback, D-line. D-line, get that quarterback.
They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be a 3rd and about 13.
We own it. We own it.
Mike 54, Mike 54. I smell it.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. It's caught by Coleman. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. The end result, 21 yards.
And I know you can't really see it, but that play spells frustration with a capital F for the guys on defense. They covered everyone else, end up going to the running back out of the backfield, and he picks up a back-breaking 1st down.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. That's now a pair of explosive plays in succession, both north of 20 yards.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
Back now in Seattle, Washington. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play. So they had the big loss on that 1st down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. On play action, it's Garoppolo. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I'm not sure I'm absolutely crazy about that play call there. I mean, it's only a 1-score game, so is it really time to go bombs away and try and make a big play? I think you can take some underneath stuff and still move it downfield.
And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 6, Wilson. And some room to run now. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And now this is scooped up by the 49ers.
Well, that takeaway, partner, right there, that's a combination of coaching execution, and absolute belief. Because a lot of guys will look at the scoreboard and go, this thing's pretty well done. But they still thought to themselves, if we can make a play, we give our teammates a chance to win it. And that's exactly.
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Brad McDougal. And the return will stop right around the 25. Agreed, that's twice now in this fourth quarter.
As a quarterback, a lot of times you think it's all on you to make plays when you're losing. And here, the play's not there, but he throws it anyway.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game, and you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 50-yard line.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down.
Got it. Safe. Good job right there.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. Flush to his right. He's going to take off with it. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
How many times have we seen this late in the fourth quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push. And what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
They run on first down, but it only produces a gain of 2. It's 2nd down now. DeForest Buckner in on the tackle. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want... And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 35, 20, 10. And into the end zone, a pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown. This game, it's been defensively oriented on both sides, so I guess it stands to reason that the play of the game comes on defense.
So it's my kind of game. You know that.
That's right.
Anytime we have
That's
a
right.
defensive battle, but that, as you said, it stands to reason that's the way the game tilted. Someone had to make a big play, and the way the defenses were dominating, that's exactly what we got.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. And this one's caught. And their fourth quarter lead grows by a couple more. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the pick 6, and they had decent field position in throwing that pick 6. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Escaping the pressure right. And he takes us beyond the 35 before. Going out of bounds.
A gain of 12 yards. And that's good for a Seahawks. 1st and 10 at the 36-yard line.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. This is the Oklahoma State alum, Chris Carson. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. From the 44, Wilson forced out to his left. He's going to take off with it. And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Nick Bosa in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. He'll look to throw. That's complete. He's got Lynch out of the backfield. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Getting it to him in space pays off big time. That winds up going for 31. They'll run on 1st down. It's Lynch, and he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. And now he's going to use his legs. Nowhere to go downfield, but he's able to get out of bounds and stop the clock here with a 1st down. Late in the game, defense trying to avoid a big play. He's able to work out of the passing game, turn it into a run, pick up the 1st, and stop the clock as well.
And you know in this situation, everything is...
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Now the Seahawks going to use the 1st of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. 1st down, a bit of a disaster, and now on 2nd and goal, back even further.
Right there, 54.
Wilson to throw. Flushed out right. And he'll be forced out of bounds shy of the line of scrimmage, so that'll be credited as a sack. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Throwing now is Wilson. Buying time to his left. He's going to run. And yes, he's into the end zone. So they get the late score they needed. And now the extra point can tie this thing up in the final minute.
That's a tough one there defensively because look at the stops they got on 1st and 2nd down, and it's 1st and 2nd and goal. And then on 3rd down, they cover the receivers, but they leave an alley open for him to find, and he does. That is frustrating. You do almost everything right, and he still ends up in the end zone.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
All right, T, let's...
Here's Wilson, and he's going to get in for the 2 points. It was an incredibly gutsy call, but they've taken the lead by a point late in the game. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. Oh, and this is going to wind up a safety. And that disastrous play, partner, is ultimately going to seal their fate in this one, isn't it?
It certainly is because they gave up the 2 points, but that's not really what did it. It's having to give up the football. And because they gave up the football, guess what? The other team now can take the ball and close this game out.